For centuries, the fall of the Roman Empire has been explained with simple answers: barbarians, decadence, bad emperors. But the truth is far more uncomfortable. Rome did not fall because of one enemy or one mistake. It collapsed because its system slowly stopped working from the inside out. This is the real story of why the Roman Empire fell. Let's start with the biggest myth. Myth 1. Rome fell suddenly. Rome did not collapse overnight. The Western Roman Empire took over 300 years to fall. What people call the fall of Rome was actually a long, painful decline, one crisis stacked on top of another. By the time the last Western emperor was removed in 476 CE, the empire had already been hollowed out. The collapse was the final symptom, not the cause. The real problem: Rome became too big. At its height, Rome controlled territory stretching from Britain to the Middle East and North Africa. This scale was unprecedented. But size became Rome's greatest weakness. Governing such a vast empire required massive armies, endless taxation, complex bureaucracy, constant communication across thousands of miles. Without modern technology, this system was fragile. The empire became expensive to maintain and impossible to control efficiently. Economic collapse, the silent killer. Rome's economy was deeply broken long before its armies failed. To fund wars and administration, emperors debased the currency, reducing the silver content of coins. Inflation exploded. Prices rose. Trust in money collapsed. Small farmers were crushed by taxes. Wealth concentrated in the hands of elites. The middle class disappeared. Trade networks broke down. Cities shrank. Barter returned. An empire cannot survive when its economy stops functioning. Political chaos and civil war. Rome's political system collapsed under its own weight. Between the 3rd and 5th centuries, emperors rose and fell at alarming speed. Many were assassinated by their own soldiers. Some ruled for months, not years. Civil wars became constant. Instead of defending borders, Roman armies fought each other. Resources were drained. Stability vanished. When leadership becomes unpredictable, loyalty disappears. The army problem no one likes to talk about. Rome's military was once its greatest strength. By late antiquity, it became a liability. Rome increasingly relied on foreign mercenaries, many of whom had little loyalty to the empire. Recruitment of Roman citizens declined. Soldiers were paid late, or not at all. In some cases, Rome literally invited enemy groups inside its borders to serve as allies. When the system failed, those allies turned into conquerors. Rome wasn't overrun, it was taken apart from within. Environmental stress and disease. Climate change played a role few textbooks mention. Periods of cooling and drought affected agriculture across the empire. Crop failures led to famine. Famine weakened populations. Then came disease. Plagues swept through Roman cities, killing millions and reducing tax bases, manpower, and productivity. The empire simply did not have the resilience to recover again and again. The barbarian invasions, the final blow, not the cause. The invasions by groups like the Visigoths and Vandals were devastating, but they were not the original problem. These groups entered an empire already weakened. Rome could no longer pay armies, control borders, or maintain infrastructure. When invaders arrived, there was little resistance left. The empire collapsed not because enemies were strong, but because Rome had become fragile. A system that refused to adapt. Perhaps the most important reason Rome fell was this: its institutions failed to evolve fast enough. Power became rigid. Wealth became unequal. Corruption became normal. Leadership became detached from reality. Rome's strength had once been adaptability. In its final centuries, adaptability vanished. And when conditions changed economically, environmentally, politically, the system broke. The big lesson Rome leaves us: Rome did not fall because people became immoral. It did not fall because of one invasion. It did not fall because history demanded it. Rome fell because inequality hollowed out society. Economic trust collapsed. Political stability vanished. Institutions failed to adapt. Sound familiar? The fall of Rome is not just ancient history. It is a warning. Because civilizations rarely collapse from one disaster. They collapse when many small failures are ignored for too long. Rome didn't fall in a day. It fell because it stopped fixing what was broken. If you want history that goes beyond myths and explains how power really collapses, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Because history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes.